best. You know what is a full-time job? Falling in love with guys who would never like me back. Maybe we won't look so much alike if we smile. Cecily dyed her hair so that she can look just like me.
I thought you were gonna like cut it there, so
we were just like, cheers.
cheers, mom, for the money.
Everyone says that we look exactly alike. Cecily used to be blonde. You're probably with that blonde girl. Wait, probably with that blonde girl. That's who she was talking about. She was talking about you. She was like, why is it always that when someone steals your boyfriend, why is she always blonde? No, actually, I don't believe in that. I hate that. I hate when people say, she stole my boyfriend. Like, no, she didn't. Your boyfriend left you because your boyfriend is a piece of shit, not the blonde girl. The blonde girl probably is amazing and has a great personality. How do you feel being on the brunette side of things?
Sometimes I forget and I look in the mirror and I'm like,
oh, I bet that's weird. I bet if I went from this to blonde, I would look in the mirror and be like,
and I look back at like old memories and I'm
bitch?
like, ew.
I thought it'd be fun to give Cecily a transformation, but since it would be boring to just watch me do her makeup, we just redo this whole intro because I was looking over there the whole time.
No, that takes so much time. The camera quality's already messed up.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll just push through.
Our comedy will make up for it.
Sorry guys, I was looking in the viewfinder. I forget how to I don't make YouTube videos anymore because I was depressed. That in a roundabout way, I was trying to say that instead of just doing Cecily's makeup, we're gonna do her makeup, but we're also going to be asking her some questions. And
calling
honestly,
each other out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, honestly, like, okay, we are too close. We know too much about each other, so these questions that we're gonna ask and answer, because I'm gonna answer some of them too, it's just gonna turn into like a roast session. Like, we're just gonna be roasting each other, which I think could be kind of fun too. So, she's got matcha on my leggings that I haven't washed in like 4 days, but you still got matcha on it.
You have white specks all over your pants. Don't act like they were clean.
It's 7 minutes long and we've talked about one thing. I don't think even editing can fix this. I'm still looking at the viewfinder. I'm sorry I had to push it. Bro, this is so annoying. My editor's going to quit his job. And by editor, I mean me. I don't know why I just became a man. Kevin, edit this out. Without further ado, we're gonna turn Cecily. Waste my time 2021. Enough men waste my time. I don't need you wasting my time. I'm sorry. Okay,
what else do you have to do in life? What else are you doing that takes so much?
You know what is a full-time job? Falling in love with guys who would never like me back. That is I keep looking in the viewfinder. That is a full-time job and that is a fact. Oh. Kevin, cut that out. No free feet videos. Okay, anyway, we're going to do Cecily's hair and makeup to look like me. I'm done. I'm done to try. Hi there, this is Serena, and you're watching Disney Channel. You know the little things that they wand you with at the airport? Beep, 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 beep. Also, we didn't even address the fact that we're wearing the same shirt, and they're very on brand because it's a unicorn Pegasus.
Hi, this is Cecily, and you're watching Disney Channel.
You should like put in the music so that sound effect of me doing that doesn't have to be played. Kevin, put that in there. I want to get all the negative stuff out of the way first, so I want to know, I'm going to ask this question. I'm mostly asking this question because I want to answer it because I have a really good story to tell. This is how I want my boyfriend to brush my hair.
You're brushing my ear right
I
now.
don't have a boyfriend. I feel like we should zoom out a little bit because I'm out of the frame and this is going to look unprofessional, Kevin. Did you see the David, no shade, I don't want to talk shit about people. Well, the David Dobrik like apology video where he's like adjusting the camera. Like, I am really sorry. I'm just like you because look at me, I can't even adjust the camera. I want to know, like, what is just making you the most angry? What's just like something that's been weighing on your mind, on your heart, and you just need to let it go, but also you're still pissed about it. It's like simmering beneath your skin. Sometimes it might even make your blood boil a little bit. You know, something that's just, you know, making you mad.
I don't know, I can't think of
I'll go. So, So I was at the dentist today. This just sounds like it's gonna be the most boring story. Hear me out. God bless dentists. I don't know how you guys do it. I could never, because you have to look inside people's mouths. Gross. I'm so bad at telling stories. I told the dentist I've been having problems when I brush my teeth. I've tried so many different types of toothbrushes, but every time I brush my teeth, my gums just bleed so much. And when, you know, you can't really trust Dr. Google. I didn't really want to like type it in and ask Dr. Google like,
Dr. Google will tell you have cancer.
Literally, like, okay, well, actually, I did look it up on Google, and Google was like, you have this infectious gum disease. You have gum cancer. You have 3 months to live, basically. And actually, no, really, you know what happens nowadays when you Google anything and ask Dr. Google? Dr. Google says that you have the coronavirus. I don't know really how to explain this, but your gums, like, if you press on them, they have kind of like a little bit of a tiny little like flap that goes over your teeth that you can technically get under, but it's like not a good feeling. So he has this like way that he like basically like scrapes that part of your tooth, but he uses hot water as well to get like all the plaque and buildup and stuff out of that little slip beneath your gum. This story is like a 2-minute story turned 20-minute story. I'm sorry. Okay. They use hot water, which is coming through a hot metal tube, and he's like resting this tube on the side of my face / mouth, and it's like it's there and it doesn't feel comfortable, but then it like gets increasingly more and more uncomfortable, and then it's to the point where it's like burning the side of my face, and he's like, oh, sorry about that. My dentist burned the side of my face, but it's fine. It wasn't enough to make like a blister or like a welt or anything. It just really hurt at the time. But that's what I'm angry about today.
I'm not really angry about like anything.
There's this thing that happens every single morning, like clockwork. It happens every single day. It's like something I can count on happening every day. You know those things that are just like dependable, you know, they're always gonna be there? That's this situation. Okay, so every day at like 7:35 a.m. I get a text message from Cecily that says something it's always different every day, but it's always along the lines of like, I hate it here, I'm dropping out, I hate everyone, the world is the worst place ever, I hate it here, I'm gonna drop out. And when she sends it, it's like, girl, you've been at school for like 4.5 minutes. Like, what has happened in your day already? Yes, queen. Do you have bangs? Wait.
I have like curtain bangs because they're bangs, but they're growing out.
I just like poked you in the eye. I'm like, do you have any experience with like girls being your friend, not being your friend, girls being mean? Like, give me the tea on that. So I want to know, like, what is your experience? Because for me, I don't have a lot of friends that are girls, so I want to know what your experience is making friends, keeping friends, just being friends in general with the girls.
I was friends with this group of girls in junior high.
Weren't we all?
Because I played sports, and then I didn't play sports, so then we weren't friends anymore.
So you're not a freak!
Now I have different friends, and I've had like multiple different friends, and then they were awful people.
Oh, I had girlfriends in high school, of course. Everyone does, I think. I think it's easier to keep friendships like that.
That went right in my mouth.
I know, I'm sorry. I think it's easier to keep friendships like that are like, no offense, but they're like in high school, your friendships really aren't that deep. I think it's really easy to keep those types of friends when you're in high school because it's like, you see them every day. I actually have a really funny story about becoming friends with girls.
We're gonna be done by the time we finish this story.
I had this job where like there were 2 girls that worked at this job. Long story short, I don't make girlfriends really easily. I didn't have girlfriends in college. I didn't have any friends in college, but that's like a whole nother story. I, went off for training in the military, and most of my friends, all of my friends there were guys, because, there's more guys there than girls. It's whatever, it's a thing. I hadn't made a girlfriend in like years. I haven't like had any like real interaction with like girls, and I keep looking in the viewfinder, I'm sorry, with girls. And so I made friends with these 2 girls, and I literally thought they were the best people ever, top tier human beings. I love them so much. We got along, we had so much in common, which is actually kind of scary now. There was this guy that I was like hanging out with that she knew as well, and she told this guy that she was in love with him. I mean, that's kind of shady. Is that what girls do to each other? I was like, I don't know if I should be mad about this. I don't have a lot of experience with girlfriends.
I would be angry.
It felt like a weird thing to do without telling me. Like, why would you huh? Like, it's so good. I was like,
how would you not be like, I think I have feelings for this person?
yeah, you could have came to me. I'm a good listener.
That makes me so angry. That's happened to me so many times. People will just go and talk to like an ex-boyfriend of mine, and they won't like be like, hey, is this okay? Like, I think I like this
I'm
person.
like, do I be mad about that? But me and him were like still hanging out, and I was like, he told me about it, not her. And then I was like, I think this kind of affects our friendship. Other girl, oh my god, this girl. I wish I could get into like all the shit that she did, but just know that she's Satan and she's evil. But one day, this is so sad. When I'm sad, when I am depressed, I am the saddest, most pathetic little shrivel of a human being ever. I remember we were in the car and I was just talking to her, we were just being like real and like kind of honestly like getting a little bit deep. Oh, I put way too much eyebrow gel on that. Oh, I'm so sorry. We were just like kind of getting a little deep, and this was like right after my boyfriend had broken up with me and I was like feeling some type of way about it, I remember asking her, I was like, how did you know that your husband was the one? How did you like just confidently be able to say like, this guy is my soulmate? Because I thought that my boyfriend was my soulmate and he wasn't. So I'm like, how do you know? Like, how could you tell? Like, tell me so the next time that I like think a guy is my soulmate and he's really not, like, I know, I don't know. I feel like she was my age, she was married. I felt like she had the expertise, she could help me out, like help a sister out, okay? She gave me the best advice. Like, Cecily, I wish you could have heard this woman's advice. It was beautiful. She gave me like, you gotta do this, you gotta think about this and this, and I just don't even want to get into it. It was great advice. Top tier, beautiful, golden, wonderful advice. And then she did a couple of things that were really bad, really shady, really evil, that we don't have to get into. But anyway, I found out later that she was cheating on her husband that whole time. Or like, trying to cheat on him with someone that I knew. So all of that advice, I don't know if it's still valid, but it was good advice. It's the having friends who steal every guy you ever talked to, dated, liked, whatever for me.
It's the having all of your friends from high school stop talking to you because your abusive boyfriend told them to, for me.
I don't know if I should laugh or like be Every time I tell someone that story, they're like, it's the being damaged because your softball coach never told you you were good at softball. For me, that is some irreversible psychological damage. It's like 10 years later. It's like 10 years later and this guy is like, Trina, I just feel like, you just never let that wall down. We can't connect. And I'm like, my softball coach never told me I was good at softball. So I can't like make eye contact with you when we're talking.
It's the being grabbed by the elbow and being told to stop having an attitude for me.
Your coach did that?
He literally like grabbed me by the elbow and was told me to stop having an attitude. I was like, if my dad was there, I literally would have picked up my stuff and left the phone.
You're like, I want to storm off, but I don't have a ride, but I would if I could. I will walk home. Cecily, tell me how your love life is going. This bitch, she has a new crush oh my gosh, she has a new crush every week. One time, do you want to tell the story or should I tell the story? She had a crush on this guy, an older guy to the point where if they dated, it'd be illegal. He would go to jail. I don't even think you had a crush on him. I think you were in love with him. And let me tell you, this guy was a Pinhead Larry looking motherfucker. I feel like at one point you realized like how unattractive he was, and that's when it stopped. You stopped talking about him, you stopped being obsessed with him for some reason. Like all of a sudden you're like, wow.
Literally every place that you go and you work, someone falls in love with you. Or you think they fall in love with you just because they say that you're attractive.
My friend sent me this TikTok. And it was like things that you need to know. It said something you need to hear. And this girl was like looking at her phone, and then this message popped up, and it's like, stop dating people you work with. Honestly, I feel like every time I get a new job, there's some guy there that I think is like cute. And you know, work is boring, so you have to pass the time by flirting with them. I mean, I don't make the rules. I just follow them. To be fair, you've done the same damn thing because you had a crush on this guy that you worked with named Austin.
Hey, listen, you told me that if his name was Austin, it's a red flag.
I said don't date anyone if their name is Austin. Never date a guy named Austin, ever.
Not you going out with a guy named Austin, like the next day. I remember I came home one time and you were like, hey, do you have your magnetic lashes?
I know what you did.
Like you had an extra pair and you gave them to me because you thought you lost them, but then you found them, so you gave me your extra pair. And you're like, do you have those? And I was like, yeah, why? And you're like, I'm gonna need them back. And I was like, why? And you're like, cause I was crying and one of them kind of broke, so I need the pair back. And I was like, why? And you're like,
because I was crying.
And then when I came up, cause she texted me and asked me about it, and then when I came up to her room, she was like sobbing, her face was like all swollen, and like her makeup was just like everywhere, and I was like, what happened? And she's like, broke up with me. I was like, I was unaware that you were dating. Not you saying he broke up with you when you weren't even dating.
I was at work. It was a Sunday. I didn't have makeup on because I didn't like, honestly, I slept in that morning at damn time. But I didn't do my makeup, but I had it with me. I had it in my backpack. He asked if I could come over to talk. And I knew that it was gonna be like a breakup talk because we talked on the phone the night before. It was whatever. And I was like putting on the makeup because, you know, you go over to a boy's house, even though he's gonna break up with you. I mean, especially when he's gonna break up with you, you gotta look hot as fuck. So you can be like, yeah,
don't break up with me.
Don't break up with me, please. Be my boyfriend. I'm literally getting ready to go get dumped.
I remember that you were like, hey, I don't know if this guy is like using me. I don't know if this is a red flag, if this is toxic. And you're like, honestly, if this is, or like whatever the situation was, you're like, I'm gonna stop hanging out with him.
I'm never gonna talk to him
again. I asked people at work, they said it was like weird, you know. And then the next day I come home, I go up to your room to talk to you, and you're not there. And I was like, hey, where are you? Within 24 hours of saying, I think this is weird, this is toxic, I'm never gonna talk to him again, I'm never gonna hang out with.
Where you at?
Where you at? House.
It's the falling in love with boys that would go to jail if you dated. For me, it's the liking a guy for a really long time until they actually like you back and show interest, and then you lose interest. For me,
it's the breaking off your engagement over text. For me,
that makes me sound like a shady human being. I'm not a shady human being. In my defense, I tried to break up with him in person, he just wouldn't let me. I'm about to get like real serious for 2 seconds, but you don't have to apologize if you were in a relationship that was abusive, that was toxic, that was dangerous for you to be in. You don't have to apologize for the way that you got out of that situation, even if it was an iMessage. Aw, you look way more fake now, so you look like me.
You know what? It's the getting matching tattoos with a boy that you've known for a month. For me.
Can't make that mistake twice. It's the quitting your job after 3 days for me. Oh, rip to the entire state of Florida because Cecily and I are gonna be moving there. I mean, I'm moving there like soon, but you're gonna move there when you graduate. And we're gonna live together, and it's gonna be like a sorority house. No, honestly, we're gonna be more like a fraternity. Okay, now that we spilled all the tea, talked all the shiznit, this is the final look. Do we look alike? Thank you guys watching. Let me know what other kind of videos me and Cecily should do together. We really like filming together. It's really fun. So let me know. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you sometime soon with another video.
Sorry this
Bye.
video is so long.
I know it's gonna be so long. Cecily cut her hair so that she could look like me.
I didn't cut it.
That was stupid. That was aggressive. That was aggressive. I'm turning this off. Hi, sisters.
There's no need to smack people.
Oh, I have an idea.